Have you ever felt like the world is trying to silence you, yet everything around you seems to confirm your purpose? In just 3 days, a sign will come that changes everything. Today's prophetic message is a powerful reminder that as a chosen one, every challenge, every battle, and every victory is part of a divine plan. In the next 3 days, expect a confirmation, one that will solidify your purpose and expose the systems that try to hold you back. I'm revealing 5 undeniable signs that you are on the brink of something extraordinary. Like and comment 77 foot below if you're ready to step into your purpose. Let's dive in. The first sign is a near-death experience. A near-death experience is one of the most profound signs of being a chosen one. These moments where survival feels like a miracle are not random events. They are divine interruptions, strategically placed to awaken you to your purpose and set you on the path God has ordained for your life. These experiences strip away the illusion of control, forcing you to confront your mortality and, in doing so, realize the greater hand that holds your life. They are not punishments but preparations, moments designed to align you with the mission you were created to fulfill. Consider Jonah's story. When Jonah attempted to flee from God's command, a storm threatened to destroy the ship he was on. Swallowed by a great fish, he found himself at the brink of death, trapped in darkness and isolation. Jonah 1-2. But that experience wasn't the end, it was the beginning. God used it to redirect Jonah toward his divine assignment. Jonah emerged not just alive but renewed, carrying a message that would save an entire city. Similarly, your near-death experiences are not meant to defeat you but to realign you with the higher calling you carry. They are moments where God steps in and says, "Not yet. There's more for you to do." Walking away from a situation that should have destroyed you changes everything. It opens your eyes to the fragility of life and the strength of divine protection. Perhaps it was an accident, an illness, or a moment where danger seemed inevitable, yet somehow you were spared. These experiences leave a mark on your spirit, a deep knowing that you are here for a reason. Psalm 91 verse 11 promises, "For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways." Your survival is not just a testament to your resilience but to God's unshakable commitment to his plans for you. These moments also act as catalysts for transformation. Near-death experiences have a way of breaking down the walls we build around ourselves, walls of pride, fear, or complacency. They strip away distractions and force us to face what truly matters. In that raw vulnerability, you often hear God's voice more clearly than ever before. It's in these moments that many chosen ones experience a spiritual awakening, a realization that they cannot continue to live the way they have been. The old ways of thinking, behaving, or existing no longer fit because you've been called to something greater. Think about Paul on the road to Damascus, Acts 9. While not a traditional near-death experience, his encounter with the blinding light of Christ brought him to the brink of spiritual death. Struck blind and brought to his knees, Paul was forced to confront the truth of who he was and what he was doing. That moment of utter vulnerability transformed him into one of the greatest apostles of all time. Like Paul, your near-death experiences are not just physical. They are spiritual turning points that prepare you for a mission far beyond what you imagined. The challenges that come with these experiences are real. They leave scars, both seen and unseen. You may wrestle with fear, questions, or even survivor's guilt, wondering why you were spared when others weren't. But these questions are part of the process. They force you to dig deeper, to seek God's purpose for your life, and to understand that your survival wasn't about chance. It was about calling. Romans 8 verse 28 reassures us, "And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose." What tried to destroy you was repurposed by God to prepare you. On a personal level, these moments often leave you changed. You may find that the things that once mattered to you, material success, superficial relationships, or societal expectations, suddenly feel insignificant. Instead, you become focused on living a life of meaning, a life aligned with God's will. This shift isn't always easy. It may lead you to walk away from people or situations that no longer serve your higher purpose. But it also draws you closer to God, grounding you in the knowledge that your life is not your own but part of a greater plan. Near-death experiences also connect you to others in powerful ways. Your testimony becomes a beacon of hope for those who are struggling, a reminder that survival is possible and that there is purpose in pain. Every time you share your story, you plant seeds of faith in those who hear it. Your scars become a map, guiding others toward healing and transformation. This is the beauty of being a chosen one. Even your darkest moments carry light for someone else. Being a chosen one means understanding that your life is not ordinary. It's marked by divine intervention, by moments where God steps in to remind you that your story isn't over. The enemy may try to convince you otherwise, whispering lies of insignificance or defeat. But every near-death experience you've endured is proof that God's hand is on you. You are here for a reason, and the fact that you're still standing is evidence of a purpose far greater than you can imagine. If you've ever walked away from something that should have destroyed you, comment "survivor" below. Let this be your declaration that you recognize the divine hand on your life and are ready to step into the purpose for which you were spared. Stay with me, because the next sign reveals why the extremes of love and hate you've experienced are not random but part of your unique calling as a chosen one. Let's continue this journey together. The second sign is being hated for no reason and loved for no reason. Being hated for no reason and loved for no reason is a hallmark of the chosen ones. If you've ever wondered why some people are inexplicably drawn to you while others seem to despise you without cause, it's not about anything you've done. It's about the energy you carry. As a chosen one, your presence carries light, and light has a way of revealing what people would rather keep hidden. It exposes shadows, challenges comfort zones, and invites transformation. This dual reaction, admiration from some and animosity from others, is not random. It's spiritual. It's evidence of the power and purpose within you. Jesus himself addressed this dynamic when he said in John 15 verse 18, "If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you." His words weren't just about persecution. They were about the tension that arises when divine light enters a world that often prefers darkness. Your light carries the same disruptive power. It unsettles those who cling to falsehoods and inspires those who are ready for truth. This isn't a reflection of your character. It's a reflection of the spiritual impact you have on the environment around you. Think of David in 1 Samuel 18. After defeating Goliath and serving faithfully under King Saul, David became the target of Saul's jealousy and hatred. David's success, courage, and favor with God highlighted Saul's insecurities, and rather than celebrate David, Saul sought to destroy him. Yet, at the same time, David was deeply loved by Jonathan, Saul's son, who recognized David's anointing and formed a covenant of friendship with him. This stark contrast, being hated and loved for reasons beyond your control, is something every chosen one experiences. It's not about what you do. It's about who you are and what your presence reveals in others. This dynamic can be both empowering and challenging. On one hand, being deeply loved by some confirms the authenticity of your light and its ability to inspire and uplift. On the other hand, being hated for no reason can feel isolating and unjust. It's easy to internalize that hatred, wondering what you did wrong or how you could change to make things better. But let me assure you, the hatred you face is not about your flaws. It's about their fears. Your light forces people to confront truths they may not be ready to face. And for some, that confrontation feels threatening. Your light doesn't just disrupt individuals. It also disrupts systems. Whether it's a toxic workplace, an unhealthy family dynamic, or a societal norm rooted in falsehood, your presence challenges the status quo. This is why you may find yourself at odds with systems that demand conformity. Like Daniel, who refused to bow to the king's decree and was thrown into the lion's den, Daniel 6. Your refusal to dim your light for the sake of comfort sets you apart. It also makes you a target for those who benefit from maintaining the status quo. Yet, like Daniel, you are protected. God's hand is on you, ensuring that no weapon formed against you will prosper. At the same time, the love you receive is not about flattery or favoritism. It's about recognition. People who are drawn to you often see something in you that they aspire to have themselves. Your courage inspires their own. Your authenticity encourages them to be real. and your faith reminds them of what's possible when someone walks in alignment with God's will. These connections are not accidental. They are divine appointments. Just as Jonathan's love for David was part of God's plan to protect and elevate David, the people who love and support you are placed in your life to help you fulfill your purpose. On a personal level, navigating these extremes of love and hate requires discernment. Not everyone who loves you truly understands your mission, and not everyone who hates you is your enemy. Some people will admire you for reasons that align with God's purpose, while others may project their own desires onto you, expecting you to fulfill roles you were never meant to play. Similarly, those who oppose you are often reacting to their own struggles, not to you personally. Recognizing this helps you respond with grace rather than resentment. This duality also deepens your spiritual growth. Being loved for no reason teaches you humility. It reminds you that the love you receive isn't earned. It's a reflection of God's favor on your life. Being hated for no reason teaches you resilience. It reminds you to root your identity in God, not in the opinions of others. Romans 8 verse 31 declares, "If God be for us, who can be against us?" This truth becomes your anchor, enabling you to rise above the praise and the criticism, staying focused on your divine mission. The extremes you face as a chosen one also connect you to a greater cosmic purpose. Your presence is not neutral, it's catalytic. You were placed on this earth to challenge, inspire, and transform. Every reaction you provoke, whether love or hate, is a sign that you are fulfilling that purpose. Your life is a testament to the power of light in a world that desperately needs it, and every step you take in obedience to God's will sends ripples through both the seen and unseen realms. If you felt the tension of being both deeply loved and unfairly hated, comment light below. Let this be your declaration that you are committed to shining your light, no matter how it's received, and trusting that God's purpose for you is greater than any reaction you face. We've covered two powerful signs, but the next ones reveal even deeper truths about your role as a chosen one and why your path is divinely guided. The final sign will blow your mind. Before we continue, activate all notifications so you don't miss this or any future prophetic word. Let's keep going. The third sign is being a rebel by nature. Being a rebel by nature is one of the most defining signs of a chosen one. It's not about defiance for the sake of chaos. It's about a deep, unshakable instinct to challenge what doesn't align with truth. This rebellion comes from a divine drive to expose falsehoods, question conformity, and pursue authenticity. You've always felt this pull, a resistance to mediocrity, a refusal to accept lies, and a yearning for something greater than what the world offers. This isn't accidental. It's part of the unique design God has placed within you. Consider Moses. He was raised in Pharaoh's palace, a place of immense privilege and power, yet he couldn't ignore the suffering of his people. His heart rebelled against the injustice he witnessed, and that rebellion became the spark that ignited his mission to lead the Israelites out of slavery. Exodus 5-14. Moses didn't challenge Pharaoh's authority out of personal pride. He did it because he was called by God to fulfill a higher purpose. His defiance wasn't about breaking rules, it was about breaking chains. Like Moses, your rebellion isn't rooted in disobedience, but in a divine mandate to bring freedom, truth, and transformation. Your natural resistance to conformity is a gift. While the world thrives on sameness and compliance, your spirit craves truth and authenticity. You see through facades and question systems that others blindly accept. This often sets you apart, making you feel like an outsider in a world that values comfort over conviction. But this feeling of being different isn't a curse. It's a sign of your calling. Romans 12 verse 2 reminds us, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." Your refusal to conform is part of God's design, a signal that you were created to lead, not follow. This rebellious spirit often manifests in various aspects of your life. Maybe you've questioned societal norms that others take for granted, refused to settle in relationships or careers that didn't align with your purpose, or challenged authority when it conflicted with your values. These moments of resistance aren't random. They're markers of your divine wiring. They reveal your role as a disruptor of stagnation and a catalyst for change. Like Gideon, who tore down his father's altar to Baal, Judges 6 verses 25 to 27, your rebellion isn't about destruction, it's about restoration. You were born to tear down what no longer serves God's purpose and to build something greater in its place. However, being a rebel by nature isn't without its challenges. The world often misunderstands this trait, labeling it as arrogance, stubbornness, or even rebellion against God. People may try to silence you, manipulate you, or force you into conformity, but their resistance only confirms the power of your calling. Jesus himself was accused of being a troublemaker, a rebel who defied religious norms and challenged the authority of the time. Yet, his mission wasn't about creating chaos. It was about bringing truth, salvation, and freedom. In Luke 12 verse 49, he said, "I am come to send fire on the earth. And what will I, if it be already kindled?" Like Jesus, your rebellion is a fire that ignites change. This spirit of defiance also comes with a sense of responsibility. Being a rebel by nature means discerning when and how to challenge the status quo. Not every battle is worth fighting, and not every act of resistance is aligned with God's will. Your rebellion must be rooted in wisdom, guided by prayer, and fueled by love. When Moses struck the rock in frustration instead of speaking to it as God commanded, Numbers 20-7-12, he demonstrated the importance of aligning our actions with God's instructions. Your rebellious nature is a gift, but it must be stewarded with care to ensure it fulfills its divine purpose. On a personal level, this rebellious spirit often pushes you into uncomfortable territory. You may feel isolated, misunderstood, or even rejected by those who don't understand your calling. But these experiences are part of your refining process. They teach you to rely on God's guidance rather than seeking approval from others. Isaiah 41 verse 10 offers reassurance. "Fear thou not, for I am with thee, be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness." Even when the world pushes back, God's hand sustains you, reminding you that your path is divinely ordained. Your rebellion also connects you to a greater cosmic purpose. You are not here to blend into the fabric of the world. You are here to weave a new design, one that aligns with God's kingdom. Each act of resistance, each refusal to settle, and each step toward truth contributes to a larger narrative of restoration and redemption. Your life becomes a testament to the power of courage, authenticity, and divine purpose. Every time you challenge a lie or stand for truth, you are participating in God's plan to bring light into darkness and freedom into captivity. This role as a rebel by nature also inspires others. Your courage to live authentically, question boldly, and pursue truth encourages those around you to do the same. You become a mirror, reflecting what's possible when someone refuses to settle for less than what God has called them to. Like a spark igniting a flame, your defiance against falsehood inspires others to rise up, challenge their own limitations, and step into their purpose. If you've always felt called to challenge the status quo and live authentically, comment "Rebel" below. This is your declaration that you are stepping boldly into your role as a disruptor of lies and a builder of truth. The fourth sign is being highly intuitive. Being highly intuitive is one of the most powerful signs that you are a chosen one. It's not just an ability to notice what others miss. It's a spiritual gift, a divine sensitivity that allows you to discern truth from deception and navigate the unseen with clarity and confidence. Your intuition isn't simply a product of experience or instinct. It's a compass that God has placed within you, guiding you toward your purpose and revealing paths that others cannot see. This gift often sets you apart, making you a source of wisdom and insight in a world clouded by confusion and falsehood. Consider the prophet Samuel in 1 Samuel 16. When God sent him to anoint the next king of Israel, Samuel was led to the house of Jesse. One by one, Jesse's sons were presented to him, and each time, Samuel thought he had found the one. But God whispered to Samuel's spirit, "Look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart." 1 Samuel 16 verse 7. It was Samuel's divine intuition that led him to David, the least likely choice in the eyes of the world, but the one chosen by God. Your intuition carries the same power, enabling you to see beyond appearances and align with God's vision. This gift of intuition often manifests in ways that defy logic or explanation. You might sense the true intentions behind someone's words, feel the energy of a situation before it unfolds, or recognize opportunities that others overlook. These moments of insight are not coincidences. They are divine downloads meant to guide you and those connected to you. You've likely had experiences where you acted on a hunch or gut feeling, only to realize later that it was exactly the right decision. That's the voice of God working through your intuition, steering you toward the path He has prepared for you. At times, this heightened intuition can feel like both a blessing and a burden. Seeing what others miss can be isolating, especially when people around you dismiss or misunderstand your insights. You may feel like an outsider, questioning whether you're overthinking or imagining things. But let me assure you, your intuition is not a flaw. It's a feature of your calling. Jesus Himself demonstrated this gift repeatedly. In John 2 verse 25, it says, "And needed not that any should testify of man. For He knew what was in man." Jesus could see the truth of people's hearts, even when their words or actions tried to conceal it. Like Jesus, your ability to perceive the unseen is part of your divine mission. Your intuition also plays a vital role in discerning deception. In a world full of noise, manipulation, and hidden agendas, your ability to see through the fog is crucial. Whether it's recognizing false narratives in the media, discerning the true intentions of those around you, or sensing when something isn't aligned with God's will, your intuition acts as a safeguard. It protects you from being led astray and positions you to make decisions rooted in truth. This discernment is especially important for chosen ones, as your mission often involves challenging systems of falsehood and bringing light to hidden places. However, this gift also requires stewardship. Intuition is not just about knowing, it's about trusting and acting. There will be moments when your intuition tells you to step out in faith, even when the path isn't clear. Like Peter stepping out of the boat to walk on water, Matthew 14 verses 28 to 29. These moments demand courage. Trusting your intuition means trusting the God who placed it within you, believing that He is leading you even when the destination is uncertain. It's in these acts of trust that your faith grows and your purpose unfolds. On a personal level, being highly intuitive can deepen your connection to God. Each moment of insight becomes an opportunity to acknowledge His presence and guidance in your life. Psalm 32 verse 8 offers this reassurance. "I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye." Your intuition is one of the ways God fulfills this promise, illuminating your path and helping you navigate the complexities of life. As you lean into this gift, you'll find that your relationship with God becomes more intimate, built on a foundation of trust and shared purpose. This gift also allows you to serve others in profound ways. Your ability to see beyond the surface makes you a source of wisdom, encouragement, and truth for those around you. Like Joseph interpreting Pharaoh's dreams, Genesis 41. Your insights have the power to unlock solutions, provide clarity, and inspire action. People may come to you for guidance, drawn by the sense that you can see what they cannot. This isn't about elevating yourself. It's about using your gift to fulfill God's purpose and bless others. At times, this role can feel overwhelming. The weight of seeing and knowing can lead to feelings of responsibility or even doubt. You might wonder if you're equipped to handle what you perceive or if others will accept the truths you share. But remember, you are not alone in this journey. Isaiah 30 verse 21 reminds us, "And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it." God's guidance is always with you, providing the strength and clarity you need to fulfill your mission. Your intuition also connects you to a greater cosmic purpose. It's not just about personal insight. It's about participating in God's larger plan. Each moment of clarity, each truth revealed, and each decision made in alignment with your intuition contributes to the unfolding of His divine story. You are a vessel through which God's wisdom flows, bringing light to darkness and truth to confusion. If you've experienced moments where your intuition revealed truths others couldn't see, comment vision below. This is your declaration that you are embracing this divine gift and trusting the guidance God has placed within you. The final sign is the ultimate confirmation that your calling is greater than any opposition you've faced. This sign will show you why your path has been so challenging and why it's all worth it. Stay with me, because this last point will resonate deeply with your spirit. The final sign is seeing divinity in everybody and everything. Seeing divinity in everybody and everything is one of the most profound signs of being a chosen one. This perspective is not something learned. It's an innate awareness, a spiritual lens through which you view the world. As a chosen one, you instinctively recognize that God's fingerprints are on all creation. This understanding transforms the way you interact with others and with the world around you, fostering deep compassion, empathy, and a sense of interconnectedness that others often struggle to grasp. It's not just about seeing beauty in creation. It's about seeing purpose, potential, and God's presence in everything. Consider how Jesus interacted with those society deemed unworthy. Whether it was Zacchaeus, the despised tax collector, Luke 19 verses 1-10, or the woman at the well, John 4, Jesus saw beyond their mistakes and shortcomings. He recognized the divine essence within them, the potential for redemption, and the unique role they could play in God's kingdom. This ability to look past the surface and into the soul is the same gift you carry. It allows you to approach people with grace, understanding, and a willingness to see the image of God in them, even when others cannot. This perspective doesn't just elevate your understanding of others. It transforms your entire worldview. Instead of seeing life as random or chaotic, you begin to see the intricate design and divine purpose in everything. The way a flower blooms, the rhythm of the ocean, the laughter of a child. All of it becomes a reflection of God's glory. Psalm 19 verse 1 says, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament sheweth his handiwork." As a chosen one, you live with the constant awareness that all of creation speaks of God's majesty and purpose. Recognizing divinity in everyone and everything also changes how you respond to challenges. Instead of seeing obstacles as mere setbacks, you begin to view them as opportunities for growth and transformation. Even in difficult people or situations, you can discern the hand of God at work, shaping you, teaching you, and preparing you for your purpose. This awareness doesn't mean you overlook wrongdoing or accept toxic behavior. It means you approach life with a heart that seeks understanding and redemption rather than judgment and condemnation. One of the most powerful aspects of this sign is its ability to bridge the gap between heaven and earth. When you see the divine in everyone and everything, you naturally become a vessel of God's love and light. Your presence brings hope to the hopeless, clarity to the confused, and healing to the broken. Like a bridge, you connect people to God's grace, often without even realizing it. In Matthew 5 verses 14-16, Jesus says, "Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid." Your ability to see the divine in others enables you to reflect that light back to them, reminding them of who they truly are. This gift also has a way of drawing people to you. Those who are lost, broken, or searching for meaning are often inexplicably drawn to chosen ones because they sense something different. It's not just your words or actions, it's the divine energy you carry. This is why people may confide in you, seek your advice, or feel comforted in your presence. They see in you a glimpse of God's love, and it gives them hope that they, too, are part of something greater. And here's the thing. In the next 3 days, you'll encounter someone who desperately needs to experience that light. It could be a stranger, a friend, or even someone you least expect. This meeting will be a confirmation of your purpose, a reminder that everything you've faced has prepared you for moments like this. Comment Divine below if you're ready to embrace this calling fully. But what happens after this meeting? What does it mean for your next steps? Watch the next video linked in the description below. We'll explore how to navigate this powerful confirmation and walk boldly into your destiny. Here's the truth. You are a chosen one, and your presence is transforming the world. In 3 days, expect a confirmation that will remind you of your divine mission and the lives connected to your obedience. Comment, "I'm chosen," if this message resonated with you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs this prophetic word today. Let's keep walking boldly in faith together. Until next time, stay blessed and ready for what's coming. See you in the next video.